Hey everybody, I'm so excited to tell you my dream that I just had, okay? This dream symbolized our new glorified body in the tribulation, what we will do. We're going to be like the angels and our capability of this new glorified body, the multifunction that this body will give, right? So in this dream, I recalled uh, just the ending of it. I would lay there and try to recall the whole dream, but my daughter came in and interrupted me, and I forgot like a portion of the dream. But I'll tell you what I remember. So in the dream, it's what I remember. There was probably more to it, but there was a Catholic church, college, stadium, or and then what happened was there was these two girls that was with me, and these Catholic nuns, like the big Catholic I was the big Catholic nun lady was seeing who was able to go through the door, who was able to attend to the church, right? And I attend to getting their ceremony or getting whatever, right? I don't know what they like, going to their college or joining them or whatever, right? So to the girl going to the door, and I'm like, I want to go in too. And then all of a sudden they scanned my forehead. It's like there was a seal on me, all right, that I wasn't able to go. Like I'm like, and then so they scanned those two girls, and they were able to go in. And if you guys haven't known, Catholic is contaminated, right? Religion represent the Antichrist, right? So which crucified God on the cross. So what happened was, she scanned me. For some reason, there was a seal on my head. There was something on my head that I wasn't able to go into that door. I'm like, check again, check again. So she scanned me like there was something, a face recognition or something that she was doing, but it wasn't in her system. Like, you were not like, I wasn't able to go in. And I was like, shit. I was, pardon my language, I'm like, I'm a child of God. I'm like, if I'm a child of God, if you like not aligning up with me, you must be of the Antichrist or something like that, right? So I knew something fishy was going on. I told one of the girl I was calling Rebecca or Brianna, I don't even know what I call. I'm like, get out there. That's a trap. I told them it's a trap. Don't go in there, because if it's a legit thing, they should allow everybody. Okay, because it wasn't a legit thing. They didn't allow the servant of God to go in there to do whatever they were doing. And then a battle broke out. Me and her fight supernaturally. I can't tell you. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you, because already, like, she knew that I knew that she was up to no good, right? That I was trying to expose her. And it was happening, the fight was happening in the spirit and the physical at the same time, right? And so I was fighting, I would call the great demon, okay? And she manifests up, really powerfully, like possibly semi-ugly, but not super ugly. But I was fighting her like combat style, right? And I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And it wasn't going down. Like, she had so much, like, she was one of the high principalities, right? So I was like fighting her, and it kind of came down to a close. I'm like, there's no way that I would able to like outfeed her. It was like an even match for some reason, right? And I was like, screw this. I'm done dealing with this. I got one of the girl out. It was that we'll call that nun. No, go away, I'm busy. That nun captured the other one. I wasn't able to get the other one out of the two girls. I wasn't able to get the other one out, right? I was only able to get one out. So it was all over news, right? It was all like, everybody heard about it. Everybody knew that there was like a spiritual battle that where they could actually see, like, the physical or the spiritual became like known. Like, it was made known to people, the spiritual world, like, once the rapture happened, the whole world will change. Like, the spiritual will infuse with the physical for some reason. Like, it will become one or something, right? So like, everybody knew about it. They're like, oh, there was ghosts and demons or whatever. So I don't know if they actually seen it, but they knew that it was all over news. And then one guy stood up and to witness, like, to go and see what's going on, or to witness this, to testify towards this event or whatever, out of the whole bunch of crowd that was around, to see that, oh my gosh, like, it's like all over the news, right? Or all over the, it was known, right? It was known in the air that there was a battle, right? And then so what happened was this dude that just came up. I don't know if he's good or evil. All I knew was I have cash. Okay, I've been making these dresses. Let me show you that have pockets in them. But in the tribulation, when you have this body, you always have cash out of nowhere. You always have cash, accessible cash. Unlimited cash. I call it the spiritual pocket. Okay, so let me tell you more about the spiritual pocket that we are going to have. So when I have money, and this guy, he see that I have this, but somehow the money was like pouring out, right? So God's love is pouring out, I was trying to keep my money down, but my money keep like trying to come out, right? So what happened was this guy, he managed to like grab $2 of my dollars, and I was like, so it indicates that he was robbing me. Like he was, I understand this guy was like the beggars in the street, okay? So he was trying to beg in a prideful way. He was like, hey, give me your money kind of situation. Like, I'm like, hey, give me some money, kind of like, give me your money. Like, and then he managed to get $2 from me, and he's like, I need more. Like, he wanted more. Like, he's greedy. I think that was the reason why he got left behind, because he was trying to beg for money in the street when he's not really needing it. He's just being greedy about it, right? It was like his job, like, like he was greedy and he wasn't like needing it, right? He was just taking advantage of people. So a lot of people they're doing that that are Christian is going to get left behind, okay? You're supposed to depend on God to provide your whatever. So what happened was, I was like, okay, I'm not going to give you money. If you're hungry, I'll pay for your food. Okay, let's go. I'm going to grab you something to eat. And then he's like, okay, where are you gonna he's like, it seemed like he preferred money, but he'll take a meal, it's free. And then he's like, he was thinking that I would take him to like a 5-star hotel or Texas, somewhere nicer. I'm like, I'm gonna take you to McDonald's, okay? And I was like testing him. Like, I had all the money, so to me it doesn't matter, but I was testing him to see if he's genuine, right? And and then I was like, I'll take you to McDonald's. And he's like, us. I'm like, if he's hungry enough, he'll take this offer. If you really need this money, if he's desperate, then he'll follow me. Like, if he's desperate for the word of God, he'll follow me, okay? And he's like, heck no, I'm not gonna follow you for low, like cheap food. I want the real deal, right? Like, he wants the luxury. Like, he wasn't able to let go of his, he was like basically, tricking people and taking people's money, in the street. This is represent for the beggars in the street for some reason, okay? That's tricking people, okay? They're not poor, okay? But they're acting like they're poor to take advantage of people, okay? There's certain groups like this. So God's telling me, just give them food, don't give them money, because, okay, so what happened was, that change, that scene changed, okay? Then I flew. I was able to, this is the amazing part, right? It switched to a supermarket. There was a supermarket. There was this really, I was dealing with a girl, and then, I was at a supermarket. Like, I was in America, and one flash, I was in Vietnam, okay? Like, I was able to be in many places, in many quadrants, okay? Anywhere I please, right? In a blink of an eye, like, Terrapath, transportation, right? So I was able to fly, and I was able to like transpass like instantly, and I could able to fly in the air in our timing, so I could able to do both, right? So what happened was, I was at the Vietnamese Asian market. I was able to switch out outfit with this new glorified body. You can think of it, any outfit, and boom, you have it. Boom, you have it. I'd be like, shh, I have another one outfit. Whoosh, I would have a hat. I wouldn't have to purchase nothing, okay? So this is the luxury of having this new glorified body, okay? I was like, man, I don't have to own anything, and my body felt so light. I didn't have to okay, so here's the thing. I had I saw many people, or a few people among this crowd that was like me, that had these abilities, and I know these are children of God that had a new glorified body, right? So what happened was, that was the first amazing thing. The second one was the flying, and you wouldn't be able to be hungry or thirsty or anything, right? But you can eat, but you won't be hungry or thirsty. But in this, there was an Asian market. I was, I was observing some of these girls with the same ability to like me. Like they were able to have wings. They can like have wings and or not have wings to be able to fly, right? So I was like, man, I wish I had some of that. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I do have some of that. What are you talking about? It's like I was able to do some of that too. And so what happened was I was telling the guy that I was trying to, I always buy things to like a lot, right? In the dream, I was like, I need some forks and spoon, okay? I was dealing with the dealer, forks and spoon, and I was buying a lot of it. Like it comes in a set, fork, spoon, and a knife. I'm like, I don't need a knife, I need a fork and spoon. So the knife represent killing, and I don't need killing, I need fork and spoon. Fork and spoon is to scoop people, fork people to Christ, or scoop them up, bring them to Christ. Basically, this is the end time harvest. So I was, buying a bunch of it. And then, this guy, he was like, he was, he somehow he had a crush on me or whatever, right? But, I thought he was cute too. So, there was, I don't know if it's the same guy that I was talking about online or something. But anyway, so he was trying to catch me, right? Like he was suspicious or something. He was trying to look at me, where I was going, where I live, where I'm from, whatever. But the minute he was trying to look for me, I transform, and you could transform into anybody. I transform in old man, I transform into a woman. I can transform, man. I was like, literally a shapeshifter. I hate to say this, but I was able to transform when you're angels. Because if you notice, the fallen angels, they were angels. They have all these abilities, the fallen angels. And even at the end point, if they still have this ability or not, yeah, they might still have some of these abilities, So what happened was, I was able, to be anybody. Like I could transform anybody, clothing. And here's the thing, I was able to fly. It seemed really interesting. I was flying on this balance. I call it the balance. It kind of symbolized, not symbolized, it kind of reminded me of like a witch broom, but it's not a witch broom. It was flying like this instead of like, how witch broom you sit on it and it flies like this, but I'm actually like sitting on this, like a beam, right? Like I was sitting on something, so that if I was just to fly, I'd feel like really like scared, but I need to feel like I'm on something so I feel secure flying. I was on this energy, this beam or whatever, and I was piercing into the air like a trillion miles per hour, just wherever I need to go. And everywhere I go, I would see like food scraps on the garbage or on the wayside or where that's still good. I had a buggy, okay, a pocket buggy, okay. So these pockets I have, it was very like massive. Like you can put anything in, anything that you see, you can put it in there, and when you need it, you can take it out, right? And so it's a spiritual buggy, or so when somebody's in need, you can take some of the buggy that you have to give it to people. I mean, I can eat some of that stuff, but I wouldn't necessarily need to eat because I wouldn't be hungry or thirsty no more. But I understand that this buggy was for things that are tangible for the people that still need some of these things. I don't know. It's like the limit was the sky. You can put whatever you want in this buggy, right? And it was really interesting. Like, it was a spiritual thing. Like, if you see something you spot that you want to save for later, it won't go bad or something. I don't know. But, so I was able to fly. I was able to, be at many places. I was able to transform. So that way you don't have to buy any more clothes. You can have all the clothes you want. All the clothes, you own all the clothes. You own all the money. You own everything. Because, not just you. It's God's children. God said that, I had understanding that God will put this earth in our hands, right? So what happened was, I was able to, so I had understanding that I was really excited because I was about to receive this body, and it felt like air, the amazing thing is you're able to fly, you be able to be here and there in Vietnam here, and And oh my god, and you don't have to go hungry no more, and you don't have to bring anything with you, and you have all the access to all the things. Like right now I have to have all these things to get a luxurious life, but when you have your new glorified body, you don't feel pain, you don't need these things, you can just float and sleep in the air and be fine. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to sleep, you don't need, when you have your new glorified, you're not object to sleeping. So that's one of the amazing thing. Like, that's what, oh my god, like this dream like blow my mind. Like, I'm like, wow, I'm about to receive this. Like, I had understanding that I've already received that body, because how else am I able to do these things in that dream? God was encouraging me that I'm about to receive that body.